Hi, I'm Cristin Lowe, and I'm going to talk to you about California child support by discussing 4 commonly asked questions. The first question is, how much child support will a judge actually order in my child support case? Second, how long is child support going to last for? Third, how is child support actually enforced? And fourth, is there a way to change the amount of child support a judge orders? All of these issues, as well as several others, are covered on our website. You can refer to the child support page on CristinLoweLaw.com in order to answer even more questions about California child support. If you find your question isn't answered on our website, then just use the form on our frequently asked questions page to ask me directly. By emailing me, the answer to your question will be specifically tailored to you and your situation. So let's first talk about how child support in California is calculated and how much child support is appropriate in your case. In California, child support is determined by state statutory guidelines. Those rules control how much child support is, meaning that the court must follow these guidelines in figuring out how much child support should be ordered. It's a complicated algebraic formula that requires a computer program to actually calculate the exact amount of guideline child support. But in general, this formula takes into account 2 major factors: timeshare, meaning how much time each parent spends with the child, and income, meaning how much money each parent earns. Let's first talk about income. Income means all of your gross earnings. That includes not just your base pay, but commissions, bonuses, and overtime. If you're in the military, your BAH, BAS, BAQ, and other allowances are income for purposes of calculating child support. Even unemployment, Social Security, retirement payments, and disability are income. It's safe to assume that the bigger the disparity in your income between you and the other parent, the more child support is going to be. Timeshare is different than the issue of child custody as it relates to child support. We're looking for the percentage of time each parent spends with the child. For example, if your child goes back and forth between both households equal amounts, that means a 50-50 timeshare for each of you, or 50%. If your child spends every weekend with you, that's approximately a 20% timeshare. If you're the parent obligated to pay child support, the more time you spend with your child, the less child support you're likely going to have to pay. If you're the parent receiving child support, the less time the other parent spends with your child, the more child support you're likely to receive. Now, no 2 situations are identical, and child support is therefore very much unique to each case. Support's going to vary drastically from one family to the next, so don't rely on what your friend tells you. Now let's talk about how long child support is paid for. In California, child support generally lasts until a child is 18 and a graduate of high school. That means that a judge cannot force a parent to contribute to or pay for college expenses. But it is something that can be agreed to in a carefully drafted divorce judgment or other child support order. You'll want to discuss this issue very carefully with your attorney so that you understand exactly what it means to agree to something that the law would not order you to do, and determine whether or not it's in your best interest to do so. The third question we're going to talk about today is, how is child support actually enforced? California, like all other states, offer strict enforcement mechanisms. By law, child support must be paid by a wage assignment, which means it's taken directly out of the payor's paycheck and given straight to the payee. Now, you can agree to an alternative payment method, such as an electronic funds transfer, also called an EFT, or a check directly mailed to the other side. Now, a child support enforcement agency, usually called the Department of Child Support Services, can assist in additional methods of enforcement, including garnishing tax refunds, levying bank accounts, suspending driver's licenses, or even jail time. Now, each county has its own child support enforcement agency, and if you're having difficulty getting your child support, the agency can be a very, very good resource for you to use. Finally, let's talk about how do you change the amount of child support that's ordered. If you've lost a job or the other parent has recently received a job promotion, you might be eligible to modify your child support either up or down depending on your particular circumstances. Remember that calculating child support is based on income and the amount of time that each of you spends with the child. So anytime there's been a change in either or both of these factors, it's likely child support's also going to change. Now, what's extremely important to remember is that child support cannot change until you file a motion with the court. Until you do so, the current order for child support must remain in effect, no matter what. The second part of this question is, what happens if you don't want to pay or receive the guideline amount of support? Parents have the power to agree to any amount that you want, so long as it's in the child's best interests. That means that you have the right to agree to any amount you think is appropriate, regardless of whether it's higher than the guideline amount or lower than the guideline amount. I want to encourage you to use the free child support calculator on our website, CristinLoweLaw.com, or you can download a free iPhone app so you gain a better understanding of child support in California. Thank you for watching, and best of luck resolving your child support issue.